This is a short video on how to make your first post in Blogger. You could go simply to www.blogger.com if you didn't quite remember URL, and you could sign in to your account. Okay, so I'll do that. It's usually your email. Okay, there it came right up, and then I can type in my password. I can tell it to remember me, see if it will or not. So I just tell it to sign in. And I have no idea why when I'm making these little window media files, it tends to be kind of taking a long time. Okay, for some reason it asked me for my Google account too, but it's the same thing. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Naturally, when I'm making these files, I don't know if it's the rain today or the heat or what, but it's been a painfully slow internet day, even though it is kind of cool. Here we go. Now, because I have many, many blogs, you're going to see a very complicated dashboard that has quite a few blogs listed on it. I wonder, too, if it's slow because it's late in the afternoon now. It's kind of after the normal working time. And I do think Blogger tends to go through periods where it works better than others. Okay, so here is what's called the dashboard, and where you actually manage your blogs. And in my case, I go down here to the second blog, CS292 Summer '08 Discussion Forum. I think that's the one we'll work on. I have two choices. I could create here on New Post, or I could go to View Blog. In this case, just for fun, let's go to View Blog, because I wanted to show you how to find the dashboard from your blog once you're signed in. Okay, so here's the blog, and if you look in the top right-hand corner, let's pretend this is your blog. You'd see that you were signed in because you'd see your email address there, and then right here it says New Post. Okay, so we'll click here, New Post, and what's going to come up is what you see is what you get text editor, and this is very spiffy. You can title your post, you can type in the text that you want, you can change the font, you can boldface it, you can italicize it, you can make it different colors, you can add a hyperlink. Blogging is particularly wonderful for adding hyperlinks to. Say you're writing a little bit about history in your blog, well then you could do some Google searching and find some specific web pages, and you could include those as links. Okay, you can add numbers, you can add bullets. One of my favorite things is to add pictures. This is where you add an image, and all this is very intuitive. I'm not going to have to teach you how to do this because you can figure out how to do it yourself. You can add videos now. This is phenomenal. All right. So basically, you do what you want to do here. You just tell it to publish. You could preview it if you want. Up here in the right-hand corner is a preview button. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't. My own advice is to, if you're going to do a long post, to type it out in a word processing document first. You can even add your hyperlinks to that if you wanted. And then you could copy and paste that into here, and the hyperlinks would still be active. Then you could add the pictures. The purpose of doing it in a word processing document would be to spell check it. You know, I'm terrible at typographical errors, and I'm really sorry about that. My advice is to have the blog postings themselves single space between all the lines, but then double space between each paragraph to actually show where a paragraph is. So just play around with it till you get it. Once you're done, you tell it to publish. That happens. When you publish it, it'll tell you the next. I don't want to do it now because I'm not going to publish anything, but the next window coming up would tell you that your post was successfully published, and then there'd be a button where you could actually view the blog and see your new posts. So that's very simple. Basically, you have to look for your dashboard to create a post. Once you find the dashboard, you tell it, you click on the new post, then you get this dialog box. You can put the title at the top. You can do your text down here. You have this menu bar that lets you add a lot of functions and formatting. You tell it to publish. You're done. There's nothing to it. That's the end of this short little video.